It hasn't exactly been intentional, but on several of my last visits to Milan, my final dinner has been at Ristorante Belé in the Navigli, just off Ripa di Porta Ticinese. So this past visit continued this tradition. I was lucky with having the A-team on hand. First and foremost, Chef Giulia Ferrara in the kitchen, and the maitre d' with the most magnificently matched name for his profession, Dionigi De Scisciolo, heading the service team. Over the years, I have had nothing but fabulous dinners at Bele, each showcasing Ferrara's never-ending creativity and stellar technique. This was my first visit in mid-autumn, so it was with extra delight that I discovered there was a separate White Truffle Menu. That made my choice for primo instantly clear. But beforehand, I went for an intriguing red mullet antipasto. The fish was lightly fried and served on roast leeks and a chestnut cream. Both of these sat in an essence derived from mugo pine. Around the plate were little clouds of homemade horseradish cream, something I'm more used to in Vienna than in Milan. I knew from the moment the plate arrived that I was in for a memorable dinner once again, and I felt that way even more so afterwards. By the way, we'd started off with an excellent organic Franciacorta from Ricafana, made with mostly Chardonnay and a bit of Pinot Nero. Now it was time for those truffles. From the special White Truffle Menu, I selected the tagliarin al tartufo bianco. As the menu pointed out, the tagliarin, the famous Piemontese tagliolini, were made from a traditional recipe using no fewer than 40 egg yolks per kilo of flour. Get a load of how sumptuously yellow all those egg yolks make the pasta. The tagliarin had also been creamed with abundant amounts of melted butter. I'm not likely to come across a more generous profusion of white truffle slices anytime soon, either. I could wax rhapsodic about this dish and not stop. What a stupendous treat! Before the tagliarin were brought, Dionigi De Scisciolo served me a Chardonnay from Piemonte to accompany the pasta and truffles. It came from the winery Il Falchetto in Santo Stefano Belbo, east of Alba, and was called Incompreso, which in English could be anything from misunderstood to underappreciated or unrecognized. It's tricky trying to find an accurate translation for a creative wine name. I certainly appreciated the wine. When I ordered my secondo, Dionigi De Scisciolo had a moment's hesitation. He said he loved the dish, but some guests didn't like it at all because of the combination of fish and fruit. I totally trust Giulia Ferrara's taste, and got a thumbs up from the maitre d' when I stayed with my original order. On the menu, it was listed as amberjack, pear and ginger, mostarda, and thyme. In detail, raw amberjack from an 18-kilo fish delivered that morning from the Adriatic, dressed with Sichuan pepper, slices of pear marinated in ginger, a pear mostarda, and in this little jug, warm ginger-flavored pear juice. It was actually wood sorrel, not thyme, on top of the fish, I was informed. After I'd finished it, Dionigi stopped by to ask my opinion. I told him honestly I thought it was fabulous, and to pass that on to the chef. Before I placed my dessert order, Chef Ferrara came out of the kitchen to say hello, so I was able to repeat my enthusiasm for the amberjack to her personally. She seemed pleased. I added that I couldn't understand what other guests had objected to. I stretched my legs in the charming indoor garden area with its current collection of paper lampshades in various patterns as soon as I had ordered dessert, requesting 10 minutes or so of break. The top dessert on the menu was too original to not be ordered. A soft pudding cake of beets and amaretti, with the consistency of a bunette, the iconic Piemontese spoon dessert, along with a buckwheat crumble, 4 swiggles of pastry cream made from almond milk with more truffles, and mandolin slices of mushroom. A bit strange, but wonderful. Dionigi knew the most appropriate wine to go with this was a Barolo Chinato from Diego Conterno, from Monforte d'Alba to the south of Alba in Piemonte. In addition, after dessert, Dionigi invited me to a glass of Ninive, made by the winery Hermes Pavese in Morges in the Valle d'Aosta. Named after the winemaker's daughter, this dessert wine is made from 100% Prier Blanc, a grape native to the Valle d'Aosta. The grapes for this wine are grown at an altitude of 900 to 1200 meters and are harvested at night after the first few freezes in December to make sure the grapes are frozen. The best imaginable way to end another remarkable dinner at Ristorante Belé.